Welcome to Westgate Chevrolet. Today we're taking a quick look at our 2020 Chevrolet Blazer. This vehicle features our dark blue metallic paint. We also have our blacked out grille, blacked out Chevrolet bow ties, RS trim package, as well as our blacked out aluminum rims. We have our rear privacy tint, as well as our 3.6 liter V6 engine. Now on to the interior of the Chevrolet Blazer. We'll take a look at a few of the front driver's features. Starting off with our door panel here, we can see we have our soft touch black leather, padded leather armrest, all finished off with our red stitching. We also have our chrome door handle and lock and unlock buttons just in front. We have our memory seat option. Down along the armrest, we have our rear and front window controls, rear window locks, and our power mirror adjustment with our joystick. Bose speaker down below as part of the Bose premium audio system in this vehicle, as well as our liftgate controls and adjustment. On the side of the seat, we have our 8-way power adjustable seats, as well as our power lumbar support. Now off to the left of the steering wheel, we'll find our interior lighting dimmer switch, daytime running lights, and our parking brake. Our gauge cluster with digital screen in the middle. We can adjust what we see there with the scroll wheel and buttons on the right side of the steering wheel. We also have our voice commands and phone hang-up. Black textured Chevrolet bow tie in the middle. And on the left, we have our front collision alert, heated steering wheel, and cruise control. Steering wheel is wrapped in black leather with red stitching on the underside. We can see our speaker tweeters on either side of the A-pillars, as well as our speaker in the middle. Leather wrapped dash with the red stitching follows down into our infotainment system. Now surrounding the infotainment system, we have our start stop button. We also have our automatic start stop on and off, as well as our hazards. And on the right side, we have our glove box release and traction control. Go ahead and go to the home page. We can see we have our audio, phone, and navigation. We also have the coordinating shortcuts down below. And then we have our Apple CarPlay and Android Auto to highlight a few. Second page, we have our climate controls and cameras, surround view cameras in this vehicle, as well as curbside to make sure we aren't scratching our nice rims. You can see we have a physical and digital home button. We also have our home screen, which offers a brief display of what we're doing on our infotainment, audio, navigation, and phone. Down below that, we have our climate controls laid out across the top. Heated and cooled seats for driver and passenger. We also have our vents here that help us adjust our current temperature in the vehicle. Dual zone climate, of course, we have it on the sync option right now, so we can control both at the same time. Dial that back up. We also have our direction of airflow and fan speed, fairly basic for a Blazer. Down below, we have our USB-C and USB ports and our remote charging pad with textured rubber to make sure our phone isn't sliding around while we're driving. Below that, we have our gear select stalk with our Italian leather finished with our red stitching. Then we have our RS badging in red. Beneath that, we'll see we have our all-wheel drive and driving mode knob. Here we can select 4-wheel drive and 2-wheel drive. This is a selective all-wheel drive model, so if driving conditions are not so favorable, we can swap over to the 2-wheel drive. And when they become less favorable, we can swap over to the 4-wheel drive. We also have our sport, our trailering, and off-road, lane keep assist and park assist. Our 2 cup holders, leather wrap center console lid with our red stitching. Open it up and we'll find a deep center console with textured rubber pad at the bottom. We also have our 12-volt charging port, USB, USB-C, and SD card slots. The front seats also feature our black patent leather with our red stitching. Then we have our perforated leather in the lower portion, which has red underneath to allow for a very unique look. Rearview mirror has our flip down LED screen. Above that, we have our our OnStar controls. We also have our sunroof and moonroof controls for the panoramic moonroof above, 3 garage door openers, and our sunglass holder. Go ahead and flip the moonroof switch, and we'll see our panoramic moonroof above open up. Back onto the exterior, we can see our black alloy rims with Chevrolet bow tie center caps. We have Blazer in black on the side. Again, this car is featured in our dark blue. we have our rear privacy tint on the rear windows. We can see our chrome lock and unlock buttons on all 4 doors. We also have, very subtly, our Chevrolet bow tie featured in the rear taillights. Blacked out Chevrolet bow tie on the rear and RS. And then we have our dual exhaust. A few ways to open this rear liftgate here. We have the button on the inside, the key, as well as the rubber pad under the handle. Go ahead and press that, and we can see with the rear seats fully reclined, we still have plenty of storage room in the rear, as well as our sliding rails that are installed. Once it's purchased, we have our rear handles to fold down the 60/40 split bench. Now on to the rear interior of the Blazer. Go ahead and take a look at the rear passenger's door panel. We can see we have our same black soft touch leather, chrome door handle, automatic power window switch and close handle. Just in front of that we have our heated seat option, the same red stitching. Down below we have our speaker and storage. Back of the front seat we have our leather magazine holder, and back of the center console we have our USB and USB-C ports, as well as our charging port. The rear seats feature our black patent leather, red stitching, and the same perforated leather. And we also have the addition of our 2 cup holders in the fold-out middle seat. Thank you for joining us for this video walk around of the 2020 Chevrolet Blazer. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we hope to see you in at Westgate Chevrolet sometime very soon.